Washington. It would seem that Cavan Biggio was experiencing a slight case of out-of-body syndrome when he became engrossed in watching clubhouse TV on Wednesday afternoon. Just a few minutes earlier, he'd landed in his third major league clubhouse in 4 months, clad in an Atlanta Braves uniform, this after wearing the togs of the Toronto Blue Jays, Los Angeles Dodgers, and Sacramento River Cat, the Class AAA outfit for the San Francisco Giants, since summer began. The Blue Jays, the only team he had heard of since they picked him in 2016, were playing the New York Mets on TV. If Biggio looked at the standings from the hectic few days after the Giants sent him to Atlanta, and the big club called him up, he would also be aware that the Mets and Braves were tied for the last wildcard spot in the National League. Weird spot. The only club he knew, dumping him in June after he batted. He had 10 extra base hits in 183 at-bats. Put him in a position to assist the squad he had only spent a short while getting to know. However, there are many stories like Biggio's in the Braves clubhouse as they try to qualify for the playoffs for the 6th straight year. Injuries have destroyed Atlanta's squad, with all-stars at third base, Austin Riley, second, Ozzie Albies, and a reigning MVP right fielder, Ronald Acuña Jr., sidelined for weeks to months, Acuña's ruptured ACL ensuring his next at-bat will be in 22. 5. Center fielder Michael Harris Jr. just recently returned from a 52-game hamstring-related layoff. The rotation has seen 3 starters succumb to the IL, with ace Spencer Strider gone until 2025 after 1 start. Theoretically, the Braves, entering Thursday a game ahead of the Mets for the last wild card, could bank on their postseason skills and track record as they joust with the Mets, while presumably losing their 6-year reign atop the NL East, Philadelphia. Instead, they're still getting to know one another. If we were sitting here with our full contingent of guys, says manager Brian Snitker, it would be very beneficial. However, things are a little different today. To what extent is it different? Wednesday's lineup included 4 players who started the year elsewhere. 3 of them: Biggio, outfielder Ramon Laureano, and third baseman Gio Urshela, who obtained off the waiver wire or in a poor September deal. Biggio won't be eligible for playoff play. Maybe he won't remain on the roster into the weekend, when another trash heap pickup, utility man Whit Merrifield, late of Philly, gets activated. Maybe he'll record important, memorable hits down the stretch. For now, however, this is reality for both the Braves. You have to piece things together, says Snitker, and the cast-offs hoping to catch a hot streak. Recognize your motivations. This is what you play for, says Biggio, son of the former Houston Astros Hall of Famer Craig Biggio, who played 6 seasons in Toronto. This is the most exciting time of the year for this organization for a long time, having watched my dad play against this club for so long and not having any success against these men. It's very exciting to be a part of such a respected organization at a time like this, which is more than I can ask for. I'm incredibly appreciative for every chance I've been given. I'm going to continue to work and attempt to assist this team. Obviously, it's wonderful to feel desired. Biggio's sudden Toronto exit was tempered by the fact the NL best Los Angeles Dodgers acquired him after the Blue Jays designated him for assignment June 12. Laureano was tossed by a contender, and Cleveland released him on May 25. Urshela was sent packing by Detroit after the veteran kept the seat sufficiently warm for third base hope Jace Jung's debut. However, timing of everything was opportune. Laureano was released May 25 by the Guardians. Following day, Acuña tore his ACL in a base-running accident in Pittsburgh. 3 days later, Laureano joined the Braves. Similarly, Riley broke his right hand August 18, the same day the Tigers fired Urshela. Welcome to Atlanta, Gio. Everybody that's come over has been great, says first baseman Matt Olson, who has rallied from a difficult first half to blast 12 homers in his past 44 games. Biggio and Laureano weren't getting the kind of everyday looks that as a player you want and feel like you need. It's remarkable how opportunity comes up. Ramon's done an excellent job for us. Biggio's been around for a long time. It's a clubhouse full of guys who have been in postseason play, who have been in tighter races at the end, know how to navigate it, operate it, and have that ability to put the scoreboard watching aside and go play a game every night. That's sort of beneficial that we have it. Laureano has perhaps been the Braves' finest player of late. 34 hits in his past 100 at-bat. With Harris back in center, the duo offer Atlanta an exceptional defensive look in 2 of the 3 outfield spaces. Jorge Soler, acquired at the trade deadline, in right. He recognized the expectation level in Atlanta. Reunited with former Oakland teammates Olsen and catcher Sean Murphy, Laureano responds, "Force." But it goes without saying that we are aware of the roster changes, injuries, and other events. However, we believe that we can achieve our goals because we have a squad with sufficient depth. Play meaningful games in late September. That's why you play. You have to represent yourself and your identity. This kind of month determines who you are as a person and as a player. Snitker finds it admirable that the stuntmen brought in for this work need less persuasion. It's really great that all those guys have kept us relevant, to their credit. Snitker. The most important thing is that these men are really talented makeup artists. They play baseball. I believe they see this as an appealing situation and another chance. Many of the guys who have played against us over the years want to be a part of this because they see things from the other side of the diamond. Now is the time to enjoy it. Will it be sufficient, though? Riley is anticipated to remain out for the duration of the regular season, while Albies is still having trouble with his bat. Wednesday, Ronaldo Lopez, a starter, was placed on the injured list to give his shoulder some time to heal. Nights like Wednesday, when the Washington Nationals broke open a scoreless game with 3 singles off Max Fried in the 3rd inning that ranged in MPH from 61 to 89, are made more painful by the tiny margin. After their 5-1 defeat, Atlanta returns home 79-67 and 1 game behind the Mets, setting up a 4-game series against the formidable Dodgers. The 3-game home series against the Mets, starting on September 24th, is preceded by a 6-game break against Miami and Cincinnati. The Braves haven't missed the playoffs since 2017, Snitker's 2nd season. A year later, he earned NL Manager of the Year honors and has known nothing but late October since. He's surrounded by fresh players now, so maybe the Braves will benefit in the long run from this here-goes-nothing mentality. Having fun with it is what I've learned from being in this situation, does Biggio, whose Toronto clubs have reached the playoffs the last 2 seasons and barely missed one. I played with George Springer the past couple years, and he obviously had a lot of success in the postseason. That was his core message. We play to get to this time of year, this moment, and now it's time to enjoy it and have fun with it. Whatever long it could continue.